All right, this is Obedo on behalf of V Electronics, and in this video, we'll be talking about production as well as factors of production. All right, so you have production plus factors of production. This is factors of production. Now, when it comes to production in general, production has to do with turning raw materials or inputs of production into finished products and merchandise. Okay, so turning inputs. Your input of production could be raw materials, raw materials. Okay, it could be parts if you're talking about assembly. It could be commodities if you're talking about food. Okay, so on and so forth. So you're basically turning input of production, raw materials, parts, so on and so forth, into finished products. All right, now apart from that, okay, your factors of production, they cover things like natural resources. So these are your factors. So when you try to figure out your expenses or cost of production, okay, you will use these factors. So things like natural resources, and this would be things like minerals, okay, land, so on and so forth. So land, minerals, okay, so on and so forth. Okay, precious metals, all right. And then you have labor, and labor has to do with workforce. So this is labor. This has to do with workforce. Third one is capital. And this has to do with investments in equipment, a building, machinery, so on and so forth. So this is investment and equipment, okay, building and machinery. So this is building plus machinery. All right, and that would be your capital. Next up, you have technology. So technology has to do with, okay, say for example, the process itself, the process of production, and this may have to do with things like advances in tools, machinery, and gadgets. So advances in tools, machinery, and gadgets. All right, and finally you have entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is entrepreneurship. And this has to do with, okay, um, basically, okay, the cost of trying out new things, for example. Okay, so cost of trying out new things. Okay, this could be new products, new items, new combinations of products, so on and so forth. Okay, so trying out, okay, new raw materials, so advances in raw materials, advances in technology, so on and so forth. And this is also a factor of production because it has to do with expenses. All right. When you try out new things, it's possible that your expenses may go up, your cost of production may go up, which basically translates into a reduced profit. Okay. For that reason, okay, this is entrepreneurship. Now, again, production has to do with turning raw materials into finished products. And the factors of production include, but not limited to, natural resources, labor, capital, technology, and entrepreneurship. That would be it for this video. On behalf of Real Electronics, this is Obey. Have yourself a great day.